Hello and welcome to Renaissance Minis. Today I'm going to be working on the Victorian house and we're working on the stairs. This was my prototype that I was making. I wanted a platform and an angle. This got very difficult and very complicated and too big, too wide, and I decided to go ahead and go with my other method of making stairs. This is so much easier, so let's get to it. I am using regular Dollar Tree foam board here. I like it because the paper peels off easily and then I can give it that faux wood finish. And make it look like wood. Now, this one was more for an older home, and this is an old home, but I don't think I need to put the grain so thick on this, so I'm going to do it a little bit lighter, but I'm going to do the same exact thing I did on this one, and then I'm going to make a platform, a landing, so to speak, at the base of the stairs, and then maybe fill in the back here. We'll see. My stair tread size is going to be a 1/2 inch for 1/12 scale. I mean for 1/24 scale, but if you're doing 1/12 scale, you want to size up. So you'd want to do a full 1 inch. Them together, so you have your base here and then you have the stairs. I put something behind there and then I cut out some foam board here. I put 2 pieces of foam board here in the back to stabilize it. Then I'm putting this in here, making it look like wood, and then I took a jumbo popsicle stick and I'm going to glue that on, and this is going to be a little door that goes underneath the stairs, and I'll put a little doorknob on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of foam and I'm going to go ahead and make this look like wood and go ahead and paint it just as I do everything else. I am now recutting the second floor, and the reason for that I wanted to share with you in case you are someone who is thinking about taking on this hobby and making houses, that it's really good to have 3 types of foam board. The Dollar Tree foam board is great for peeling back the paper and making faux wood with it and furniture, and it's not very heavy duty. However, if you are doing a second story and you don't want it to bend, see there's a bow in this a little bit, I would go with the same thickness board, but the one that you either get at Michael's Crafts or Target or Walmart. Those boards are almost the same thickness. The Dollar Tree is the thinnest, as you can see, but this one's a little bit thicker. And notice how straight this is. See the one on the bottom? See how it's bowed here? It bows so easy. So if you are going to make a second story with this smaller foam board, then you'll want to go with the Michael's Crafts, Target, or Walmart brand foam board because it's a little bit more durable. See how it's not flexing? This one you just barely touch it and it flexes. This one is thicker. So I switched to this one, and since I didn't have a full piece, I had to splice it together, but that's okay because this is all going to be covered up because everything's going to be covered up on the ceiling. I finished the front and I've got the interior, but I can't do the top yet because there's 4 roof lines that I have to do. So right now I am fitting this piece in, which is the second story. And now that it fits pretty perfect and seamlessly, I can now start to consider doing the flooring on this as well as the underside, which will of course be the ceiling in the living room. And I think I'm going to do some detail work on the ceiling. soffit. That's when a part of the ceiling comes down lower than the rest and creates like a little pocket area. That's called a soffit, and that looks so good. Okay, we're gonna line this up there. That's what it looks like there, and it looks so nice and rich. And then that light's gonna go right up in this, in the center here, so it's gonna look really, really good. Love it. And that's what it looks like so far. Scoot the puck light over here so you can see. Apologize, it's kind of hard. I'm filming at night. It's very dark. Let's see if I can get more light on with my, there. And then I've got the stairwell, which is pretty much dry right now. Got the little doorknobby on there. And then this is going to sit right here. I'm just going to like map out the boundary areas of the kitchen, which is going to be this area here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back maybe to the line here. That looks a lot better. Set that over there. And I'm going to decide where I want things to be positioned and whatnot. How big the cabinets are going to come forward, where I'm going to put the sink, where I'm going to put the stove. And that's this decision process here. I have to plan this out a little bit more. I'm not happy with this configuration, but I'm limited because there's going to be no wall on this side. So right now I have the refrigerator in the corner. I'm not going to do the washer and dryer there. Changed my mind. I'm going to do the refrigerator here in the corner. I'm either going to do the sink or the stove here. I'm going to have an island here. I'm going to have a little wall here, which I may have the sink on, or I could have the stove on and just put the sink over here. That's what I'm thinking about right now. And then I want an island that's just free floating like that. So it's going to be in somewhat of that configuration.